There comes a time on the path of awakening, when the waves of emotion rise so high, you forget where the sky begins and the sea ends. You may feel lost, pulled by currents of fear, joy, grief, and love, each emotion like a storm revealing how deeply you can feel. And in those moments, it helps to remember that awakening is not about becoming more, it's about remembering what has always been within you. It's not religion, not dogma, but the quiet recognition of your own divine essence, the truth that was never gone, only hidden behind the noise of life. As children, we knew this truth. We spoke to invisible friends, felt the heartbeat of the earth, and believed in miracles as easily as breathing. We were still close to the source, that space before names, before fear, before forgetting. But life layers upon us the illusions and egos of the voices telling us we should and we must. The masks of identity, the ache of separation. And so we seek our way back through the storms, back through the silence. Here, an anchor becomes a sacred tool, a divine symbol, a name that reminds you who you are when the world tries to tell you otherwise. Call upon the name that stirs your soul, Jesus, whose compassion melts all boundaries. Kali, whose fierce love cuts through illusion. Lucifer, the bringer of light who dares to question the dark. Mary, Buddha, Shiva, Sophia, Source, whatever name speaks to the eternal within you. It is not the name itself that holds power, it is your remembrance through it. There has always been a knowing within us, a whisper beyond time, calling us to remember. Long before this moment, before language and creed, the awakened ones walked among the living. They carried light not in their hands, but in their eyes, their words, their stillness. Awakening is not a new thing. It is the oldest movement in the universe, the soul remembering itself through form. Every age has known it, every civilization has named it in its own tongue. In ancient Egypt, priests and queens like Cleopatra spoke to the gods through mirrors of gold and pools of still water, seeking the current that moves beneath all things. In Greece, the oracles of Delphi inhaled divine breath, speaking truths that rippled through empires. In India, sages and wanderers walked barefoot through dust, chanting the names of gods who lived within them. And in the deserts of Judea, the Christ light rose as love made flesh, showing that divinity is not distant, it is the heartbeat of every living soul. Across the oceans, in Africa, in the temples of Kemet, seers and healers called upon the hidden names of Source, weaving spirit through medicine and word. In Tibet, the monks still spin their wheels of prayer, reminding the world that silence, too, is a song. And in the Americas, the shamans danced beneath the stars, each movement a prayer to the Great Spirit, the eternal breath that binds all tribes, all hearts, all life. Everywhere, through time and dust, the same remembrance has risen like dawn, that the divine was never outside of us, but waiting within. When awakening comes, it does not ask for your comfort, it shakes your world, tears down the walls you built to stay small. You may weep, you may burn, but in the ashes you find the truth, that you are the fire itself. And when the storm rages, as it will, find your anchor. A divine symbol, a name, a light that calls you home. Jesus, whose compassion dissolves the illusion of separation. Kali, whose fierce grace frees you from all that is false. Lucifer, the light bringer who reminds us to question and to see. Cleopatra, sovereign of soul, mirror of divine power within woman and man alike. Sophia, the wisdom that weaves through creation. Shiva, the destroyer and dancer of endless renewal. Mary, embodiment of mercy and devotion. The name itself is not the power. It is a doorway, a sound that stirs the eternal memory inside you. Through it, you anchor yourself not to belief, but to being. Remember, even as children, we were closer to this truth. We spoke to the invisible, trusted our wonder, and saw magic in the simplest things. But as we grew, the world taught us to forget. Now, awakening is the journey back through memory, emotion, illusion, to the silent stillness we knew all along. So when your heart trembles, when the waves rise, breathe deep. Whisper the name that brings you peace, that reminds you of your own divinity. Let it hold you like the earth holds the seed. Let it lift you like the sun over ancient lands. For all great souls, prophets, queens, mystics, and wanderers, have stood where you stand now, between shadow and light. Between forgetting and remembering, and each of them found the same truth. That the divine does not dwell in temples or stars, but in the quiet, luminous center of you. Each a reflection of the same divine current, the same infinite intelligence that beats your heart. The name itself is not the power. The power is your surrender through it. Your willingness to remember that you were never lost. As children, we lived close to this mystery. We spoke to the unseen. We felt wonder as the language of our being. And though the world taught us to forget, the divine has never left. It only waits for your turning inward. So when the storms rise again, and your mind trembles like a leaf in the wind, close your eyes. Breathe. Whisper the name that awakens your soul. Let it root you in the unseen. Let it draw you home through the chaos. Let it remind you that the divine was never out there, it has always been you, waiting patiently beneath the noise.